Y'all, it turns out, to the shock of, let me just check, no one after yesterday, Jim Jordan won't be Speaker of the House.
Jim Jordan is no longer running to be Speaker of the House. This follows this morning's third failed vote of the full House, and then, just moments ago, a secret ballot of House Republicans behind.
Did you hear that? Did you catch it? There was a first, to start it off, there was a first failed vote of the full House. He didn't get Danny. He didn't get either of the Olsen twins. He didn't get Uncle Jesse. Not one of them couldn't pass the full House vote.
Closed doors.
DJ.
I want to bring in NBC's Ryan Nobles, who is on Capitol Hill, and Elise Jordan, former aide in the George W. Bush White House and an MSNBC political analyst. Well, Ryan, what a day. What happened?
Well, what happened was this morning after Jim Jordan lost the third ballot on the floor of the House of Representatives, he called all the Republicans into a closed-door meeting here in the bowels of the Capitol and asked for a secret ballot, just a straight up or down vote. Do you want me to still be your candidate as Speaker of the House? And through that private ballot, the Republicans in the conference really expressed their feelings. 112 Republicans said, no, we don't want you to continue on as our Speaker nominee, while only 86 said, yes, we want to stick with you. And as a result, Jim Jordan backed out. He said that he would no longer put his name in as a potential Speaker designee for the Republican conference. And they're basically back to square one. The plan now is that all these members have the opportunity, any one member of the conference has the opportunity to submit their name as a potential candidate for Speaker by Sunday night. They plan to hold another candidate forum here in Washington Monday night at 6:30 with the possibility of taking yet another nominee to the House floor as soon as Tuesday morning. But we have to keep in mind when we talk about this, Chris, that even if another candidate emerges, and even if that candidate is successful in winning over the majority of votes inside a closed-door Republican conference, they still have to get 217 votes on the floor. There is still no one that has emerged in that space. We've already heard a few names pop up saying...
Yeah, let me interrupt
go ahead,
you,
Chris, yep.
Because while you were speaking...
Oh, God. All right.
Kevin Hearn from Oklahoma told NBC News his name will be put in.
Oh, they're eating that corpse fast, huh? I don't want to get too excited because it's unlikely. It's unlikely. However, the real chance that Hakeem Jeffries will be Speaker of the House. Now, you know, not unlike Biden. I'm not trying to pull it back to the other thing. In fact, I'm eager to hear some advanced dunking on of Biden later. But not unlike Biden, I'm not a huge fan of Hakeem Jeffries' politics. From what I've seen, how he acts without a guiding hand. But would I prefer the worst of the Democrats to literally any Republican? Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Hakeem Jeffries. Hell yeah. Get up there, you neoliberal king. Fucking guy that I probably could not get through a full meal with. Yes. You get you the speakership. Folks, if only to really make the Republicans look incompetent. Let's try all of our sneakiest tactics to get enough Republicans to just stay home. Just stay home. It's like a microcosm of 2024. We are just trying to get these folks to stay home. Here's what, if you want to write them honestly, if you don't want to be tricky, if you're not comfortable not lying, but letting them believe an untruth, let's say, if you just want to have an honest conversation, write in and say, listen, I won't hold it against you if you stay home. I don't want there to be another government shutdown. I don't want to wonder where our military aid is going to go. I just realized I'm going to lose the Biden argument because of something I will have to bring up. He hasn't had an opportunity to. All right. He hasn't had an opportunity to truly disappoint me, I just realized, and he will. Okay, well, I'll go take my licks later. But you write them and you say, I don't want all these embarrassing things to keep happening. Just stay home. Let the Democrats elect their person. I will not hold you responsible for that. I will hold Kevin McCarthy and Jim Jordan responsible for that. Only those two. Only those two. I will not hold you responsible if you just stay home. Don't participate in this clown show. Let the Democrats take control of the House, technically. At least take control of the speakership. Let them be the face of all the failures that will happen. It's hard. It's hard to organize Republicans. Make them have to do it and make them look embarrassed when things do go wrong. Make it their problem. You don't have to mention that you will not vote for them regardless. If you want to be sneaky, you can just say, Jim Jordan is embarrassing President Trump. I don't want you to show up. If you want to be sneaky, you can say, the MAGA folks are making MAGA look bad in the House. I don't want you to support that embarrassing situation anymore. I want you to protest by staying home. Whatever you think is more likely to work. But Indian head bobble, what you get out of it. Hakeem Jeffries. Speaker Hakeem Jeffries. Yes, sir. Oh, I'll take it. Do I like that he's Nancy Pelosi's chosen? No. No, I don't. Do I like that he loves big business? Not. He's gotten better, actually, but not been much of a friend to progressives at every opportunity that he's had. No. But do I think it will be hilarious, genuinely hilarious, to watch Kevin McCarthy's eye twitch furiously as Hakeem Jeffries orders him to hush and go to his place? Yes. And I very much want that. Oh, God, y'all, I'm having too much fun today. Thank y'all for being here. Let's keep watching this clown loose. For the record, Jim Jordan is an actual traitor to the country. And if he would have been speaker, we would have had legitimately dangerous year ahead of us.
Tell us about him. Tell us about, as you were saying, other possibilities.
I can tell you about him. He's some clown, but he's somewhat less of a clown, which is why he hasn't been mentioned before today. Okay, let's see how this guy phrases it.
Yeah, so Kevin Hearn, who actually had floated his name a couple of other opportunities as potentially a candidate for speaker when he was pitching himself as a consensus candidate. He is a conservative. He would definitely be in line with some of the hard right members of the party at this point. The other name that's being floated, in fact, he's already confirmed to our Julie Sirkin that he's in the race, and that's Austin Scott. He is the backbencher from Georgia who surprised everyone by putting his name up against Jim Jordan a couple of days ago and was able to collect more than 80 votes.
You know what's making me happy is I'm not hearing about the retired Marine in northern Michigan who is a legitimate security threat. I'm glad I'm not hearing about him anymore. On a related note, hey, other Michiganders, northern Michiganders, get your shit together. You got a traitor representing you right now. Deal with it, please. You have 1 year. Find literally anyone better. Turn to your neighbor. Do they have the ability to fog glass with their breath? Some evidence of a heartbeat and a soul? Are they not an actual Nosferatu? That's a better candidate than that guy in Bergman.
So there's also Jack Bergman, who is a senior member of the caucus, who has pitched himself as a candidate that would only serve up until the end of this particular Congress as kind of a bridge builder, someone to just get them to the next stage of this conversation, not somebody that's interested in the job long term. So those are three names we have right now. There's also a whole host of potential names that could be potentially bandied about over the weekend. These are not people that have officially expressed interest, but just names that people have talked about. Of course, Tom Emmer of Minnesota, who's currently the Republican majority whip. You have the name Jody Arrington, who runs the Budget Committee from Texas. He comes from Texas, which is the largest Republican delegation. He could potentially be a strong candidate. So there are many other names. Mike Johnson of Louisiana, who's also a very well-known conservative and has a lot of support amongst conservatives.
I'm trying to say nice things about politicians I don't broadly support. Not whether I like them as people or not. Almost all of these fucking creatures, I would, if given the option, just put them all in a stadium and lock them up until we need, like literally lock them in a stadium until we need them to vote. Not because I believe they all deserve to be imprisoned. I don't want to run the risk of accidentally seeing one out of the corner of my eye if I can all help it. But I'm trying to say nice things about politicians that I don't support more and more, simply because there's a finite amount of hate that a human heart can hold, I feel. That a human is able to hold on to. And I want to save basically all of it for Trump and his cronies. I want to make sure I have enough hatred in the tank, enough venom to properly tear into those traitors. So let me say what I like, or really just Trump and his cronies, the worst of them, the people that genuinely participated in an active coup against the United States. I will say something I like about all of these people. Something I noticed. There's a through line through all of these potential leaders of the House. And again, I stress, try to convince all of our Republicans to stay home and talk to all the Democrats and make sure they don't. But something I like about all these people is that none of them are Jim Jordan. Because that's why.